Okay everyone, Felipe here again. We're going to show the last attack from side control, okay? This one is a position that I like very much. It's a little bit more high level, okay? So if you're really in the beginning, maybe you shouldn't be paying attention to this one. But of course, you can practice it, so it's really fun. I've been having a really great success with it. So let's work. Dani here is with me. I'm not choking her today, so she can laugh a little bit. Okay, let's start everyone. Nice to see you. Moving the head sideways. Up and down. Circling the head. Both sides, everyone. The other arm. And hips. Both sides, people. Okay, well, let's drop. And bridging. Sometimes it's side of one. And hips keeping everyone. Also 10 times each side. And going to the turtle. Long step. 10 times each side, people. Watch your hips. Switching gaze, everyone. Pushing the leg through. Keep your weight on your elbow. And rolling over the shoulder, all the way to the back, and rolling forward again. Control your hips, everyone. Dropping all the way down and forward. And before we go with the partner drills, technical stand up all the way up. First the hand, leg through, the same to the other side. Pay attention to come up in a good base. Up and down, 5 times each side. And let's move to the partner drills. So people. Okay everyone, so we worked with this drill in the last class. Just setting side control, moving to the knee on belly, mount, and then back into the side control. Just pay attention to do this. You don't have to be fast, but pay attention not to do it sloppy, okay guys? Don't let your opponent move. So here, I'm gonna start with the cross-face position. As I wanna move to the knee on belly, I'm gonna first push her hip down, and then push her shoulder down so she can not turn in any direction. I'm gonna bring myself up, straight with the knee on belly. As soon as I have the knee on belly, I can let go of the hip and the shoulder, and I'm gonna be working from here. As I wanna go for the mount, first the hands on the floor so I can move my legs. I drop my knee, drop my foot, and I have the mount. I wanna go to the other side. I'm gonna make sure that I cannot use the arms, so I'm gonna push her down. Okay, I'm gonna keep my weight in my hands so I can move my legs. I'm gonna swing the leg over her body, and I'm gonna be back, into the side control. Okay, got to this point. Same thing to the other side of one, pushing shoulder and hip, knee on belly. Hands on the floor, knee on the floor, foot on the floor, have the mount. Back into the side control, so I push her down, shift my weight to the left, so I can swing my leg over, back into the side control, and I'm gonna keep my top position. Okay, so knee on belly, mount, and back into the side control. Okay, doing that for 3 minutes. As you get more comfortable, you guys can speed up, but pay attention, people. Focus is on doing it right. So first learn the steps, then try to connect them faster so you can have a faster transition. Okay? 3 minutes, one of you on top, the other one on bottom, and then we switch. Okay everyone, so we've seen many positions from side control. I'm gonna wrap it up with a transition to the Omoplata from here. Not many people know, I got this actually from watching Rafael Mendes. He does this quite well. So we have different body types, clearly, but it still works for me. Okay, so how is this going to play, people? I'm gonna start here with a crossface as usual, and I'm going to do that transition which I drop my hip, and I'm gonna bring my elbow under her armpit, so like I'm attempting to get the mount. But what I want to do is I want to trap this arm that is behind my hip. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, people, is I'm going to bring my hip over her bicep. I'm gonna sit, and now I'm gonna have her arm right here. Okay, now that I have her arm, I'm gonna reach for the wrist. I'm gonna pull her wrist up, and I'm gonna bring my calf behind her arm so I can trap it. Okay, now the situation that I have right here is her arm trapped. From here, maybe I can also attempt a wrist lock, depending on how flexible my opponent is. Dania, for example, is really flexible on the hip, but you can always try. But the idea is to get the omoplata. So I want to have this arm trapped. In the no-gi, I can also get it by controlling the wrist, but in the gi, I'm going to recommend you guys to have this grip on the sleeve. Now that I have the grip, I'm going to switch my elbow's position. I'm here on her left side with my elbow, and I'm going to bring my elbow on the right side right now. So I'm going to be pulling her wrist, her sleeve, I'm sorry, to me, and I'm going to start lifting my hip and walking around the head, until I can turn her all the way over the other side, and I'm going to end up in this position already with her belly flat on the floor, my feet already in the correct position, and from here, like we've seen before, I can either go to the shoulder and get the omoplata, or move forward and get the omoplata, and I have the submission. So here, everyone, what is important for you guys is to keep the control of the arm. I would say that the trickiest part is to trap the arm. Everything afterwards sometimes looks fancy, but in reality, it works pretty well. It's not so difficult to get. As you guys are going to keep moving, your hip is going to be strong enough to move your opponent's shoulder, and you guys are going to see that it's not so difficult to get, okay? And many people don't know this, so you also get the surprise effect with this one. Okay, so I'm going to show on the other side. I'm going to start here on the cross face. I'm going to switch to this control with the elbow under the armpit. I want to trap this arm that is here under my hip, so her left arm. So I'm going to start bringing my butt over her arm. I'm going to control the wrist, and I'm going to be pulling the wrist up, and I want to bring here my calf behind her tricep so she can no longer retrieve the arm. Okay, have a pretty good control. I can start attacking wrist lock sometimes, but here, since I want to go for the omoplata, I'm going to make a grip on her sleeve, and I'm going to pull her sleeve up so I can get a full control of her body, of her arm, I'm sorry. Now, my elbow is here on her right side. I'm going to switch to the left. I'm going to keep my weight on my elbow, and I'm going to start pulling her arm up and walking around the head until I can move my hip to the other side and bring Dania to this position here so I can finish the omoplata. I'm going to keep this control, both feet pointing to the opposite direction. I can either go to her shoulder, okay, both shoulder and hip towards her shoulder, and I get the finish, or as I also showed, I'm going to be trying to bring my forehead on the floor, and I get the finish here. We don't actually have to be fast with this one, okay, people? But it's important that as soon as we have the grips that we need, we don't stop. Okay, so I'm going to show one more time in a faster pace. So I'm here with Dania. I switch my stance, elbow. I'm going to go here, and trap her arm, keep the control of the sleeve, switch the elbow, walking around, and going straight for the submission. Okay? Again, everyone, it looks a little bit difficult, but I suggest you guys to try it. If you're really in the beginning, if you're really fresh beginners, I suggest you guys to stick with some other positions that we showed that are going to be more suitable to your skill, but of course you guys can try it, it's fine. Okay, but either way, it works really well, and not many people know, so you can catch a lot of people by surprise with this one. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's train everyone. Alright, people, starting from side control, trying to get a submission from here, but not losing your position. So I'm going to start here on Dania's side control, trying to get attacks, moving to the knee or bed. If possible, I'm gonna be trying to attack, then it's gonna be trying to defend. And very important, people, the most important thing for us is not to lose the position. So if I see that during a submission, for example, then you can start turning me, I'm gonna let go, retain my position, start over, so I can keep attacking and get a good situation for me. All right, so people on the bottom, try to get a submission or a transition, but don't let your opponent end up on top or put you back in the guard. And if you're in the bottom like Denise, trying to get a top position or trying to put your opponent back in the guard. We're going to be doing this for 3 minutes, then you guys switch, whoever is on the bottom is going to be on top. Then you guys can add some regular rolls. And next class, we're gonna start working with some defense and some sneaky attacks that we can get from the bottom as well. So check it out, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.